Hi everybody. Before we get started with our pre-writing exercise, I'm going to fold our paper. So I'm going to bring one side over and flatten it out with the palm of my hand. And I'll use my finger to make a nice straight line. Look at that line. Now I'm going to rotate my paper and I'm going to fold it over in half. Again, making sure I hold it with one hand and flatten it out with the other. And I'm just going to use my finger to run it across the edge and make sure I have a nice clean line. I'll flip it over and now you can see I have 4 areas that I'm going to be working on the paper. So today we're going to be working on some pre-writing lines. First we're going to start with vertical long lines. And we want to make sure that we're going to stay inside that first area, starting from the top and going all the way down. Take your time, it's not a race. From the top, straight down, as straight as you can. Again, from the top and straight down. How many lines can you get on your side? Sometimes it's hard for us to use our wrist and make those refined movements of going up and down. So if it's easier, you can just move your whole arm up and down and keeping the marker or the pencil straight. So here I am again, just moving my whole arm down, and I make sure that I'm holding the paper with my other hand. So here I have all my straight vertical lines going up and down. Now we're going to try to go across horizontally from left to right. Again, I start on the left and I go straight across to the right. And I'm not wriggling my wrist. I'm just moving my whole arm and keeping my marker straight. Go straight across, left to right, left to right, left across to the right, and left to right. Make as many lines as you can, or as many as you're comfortable with. So we practiced doing some long lines. Now I want to try to make shorter lines. So we're going to start with some short vertical lines, and this time we will have to use our fingers and our wrist a little bit more. So you just start from the top to the bottom and make your lines short, not so long. Short lines from top to bottom. We do have to move our fingers and our wrists a little bit. Short lines, top to bottom. And just take your time. Start from the top and make a straight line down to the bottom. Now we want to practice short lines, but we're going to do some horizontal lines, some dashes. Left to right, left to right, left to the right. Short lines, not those long lines like we did before. We're going to do 2 rows just like we did at the top, or as many as you can. Left to right. Now we're going to practice and we're going to try to combine. We're going to put those 2 kinds of lines together. Our short vertical line and our short horizontal line. And try not to lift the marker up. You go from the top to the bottom and from the left to the right. Top to bottom, left to right. If it's easier for you to lift the marker, go ahead and do it. But as you practice and you get a little better at it, you're more confident, you won't lift the marker up anymore. But we're just practicing. It's all fun. We're doing this just so that we can practice. Top to bottom, left to right. Top to bottom, left to right. And one more, top to bottom, left to right. Now let's try to flip it around a little bit. We're going to do a horizontal line and then a vertical. So left to right and then top to bottom. Left to right, top to bottom. Left to right, top to bottom. Left to right, and top to bottom. And when we practice doing these kinds of lines, These are the same lines that we see in our letters. These are the same lines that we see in our numbers and even in our shapes and our drawings. So the more practice we have with controlling and making these left to right and small lines and large lines, the more practice we will have and more refined we will be with our writing and our drawing skills. You guys did an amazing job. So proud of you. See you next time.